Hi everyone, it's Gail and it's Scrappy Saturday. We are going to work with fabric and laces today rather than paper. And so we will get started in a minute. Let me say hi and hugs to Asa. I think that's how you probably say it. It's either Asa or Asa. Vivian, Crafter, Deidre, and Lucy. Thank you so much for watching and for your nice comments. Okay, today is Snippet Day. I'm gonna show 3 different ways to do a snippet, and I'm sure there's many more too, but I thought this would be kind of fun. So this one is on a base of fabric, lots of lacy bits. This one's really mostly all lace, but you could filter in some fabrics with this too. And then after it's put together, then I sewed some buttons on. So there's that one. This one is the Knit This Booksmith's method, and I will do a little example of that. And then this one is from Rachel at Roxy Creations, and it's a super simple one, but also really nice to have for page edges or edges of pockets, things like that. So let's get started. I think we'll get started with this method first, just for fun. Okay, so this one is about 2 inches, I would say. I have some strips of fabric here, but they are a bit wider than I want, I do believe. Yeah, what the heck? Let's just do one of these. So, I often, when this was the piece of a much larger piece like this, like I had all this fabric and I just kept going. But I think for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to do these at, I'm going to do an 8.5 length. That way they could just translate straight into a belly band. So, and that's just kind of because I want to show you all 3. And so to save time. Okay, I'm going to put these over here for now. I do have my sewing machine out, and so we probably will sew. Okay, let's see what lace we have that's wide. I know I have some wide here. I kind of like to make a base layer of lace just because then, yeah, this will be great. Just because then anything that, any spots where it might show through, you've got pretty underneath, and it's not just plain fabric. Not that you couldn't have that, you could. So just gonna put this as our bottom layer, kind of. Okay, so then I'm gonna grab out my little bucket of scraps and see what we have there. Because I know I have a lot. Okay, now what I am going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, just a little bit, just to hold this, because as you can see on the back, then what I do is I sew the edges, and then I do kind of a wiggly one in the middle. This one's fairly straight, but I wiggled here because I wanted to catch this, but had to go around the pearls, right? So that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm just deciding. I think I'm going to use art glitter glue just because it dries a little bit faster, and if we want to sew these. So I'm just going to put a little, and really it's just more or less to hold it while you're creating it and while you're sewing it is really the main thing. And I won't get so goopy with art glitter glue as I would with Fabri-Tac. Okay, so like I have all these little bits, right? So we are going to use little bits and just kind of lay them here and there. Oh yeah, I've got lots of bits. No surprise, no surprise. I've been feeling like I needed to pare down this basket a bit because it's getting a little crazy. There are some that are bigger than others. That's a pretty one. That's shiny. So yeah, I just kind of pull out all the bits and bits and start popping them on there. Kind of had to look at that and see which way. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of glue here and there. Not much, just enough to hold it. And I'm going to be pretty random about laying things down. Once I get kind of more to the top layers, I'd be more concerned about getting it on like I wanted it. So this piece, I am going to be a rebel and go ahead and throw away because, you know, she says and then she doesn't. Oh, okay. I'll keep it. I'll put it there so it gets caught with a so it gets caught with sewing, hopefully. Okay. Put this on somewhere. And then we'll do a little more diving in to find some more pieces. Some of them are super hard to figure out which is the right side, you know, but this one's a bit thick, but I'm going to use it anyway. Put that right there. So obviously what you do is you just keep layering. I'm just going to grab some more pieces. Gosh, sorry. Some of these are a little long. I could use them on the edge of a page or a pocket or something. So these I'm going to just keep in there for that sort of use. See, like that one is gorgeous, but it's like it could be on a pocket or something. Same here. So I want little bits. Here's a little bit. Little bit of lace. Well, gosh, it works so much better when you don't have the pin in it. Yuki. Maybe we'll go, let's go here just for fun. Okay. Oh gosh, it's sticking to my fingers. Be even worse if it was Fabri-Tac, truth be told. So this is okay. But yeah, great way to use up your little bitty bits. Ooh, look at this. That'll be great on here, but that'll be like a top layer sort of thing. I was looking at this. Do I want that dark? That's the question. Might do it in a couple pieces. Ooh, here's another flower. Yay! Well, wasn't that good? Didn't even know those were in there. That's the thing where you know you need to get it pared down a little bit when you don't even know what's in there. It's hard to grab for it if you don't know what you've got. Put that there. I'm gonna put this over here somewhere. Maybe just lay it like that. I'm kind of picturing this as a belly band, but it could be cut in two to make great pockets too. So every time I do these, I think, oh, I should do these more often. I have so much fun with it. It's just fun putting things randomly and then having it turn out to be something. Okay. Let's look for bits here. That's a bit long. Ooh, that's a good bit. That's a good bit. That's a top bit too. Here's a top bit. Not to worry, I have a whole nother thing of lace. That might be nice. It's a bit big. It's a bit big. We have, there's a little snippet of snippet. There's another one of those. Okay, that has about exhausted my little tub, but not to worry. There is a whole nother bucket down here. Let's see, which bucket do we want? That doesn't have a lot of lace in it. Let's grab this one. I really kind of cleaned out my lace bits, so I'm not finding as many as I would want, but we can go back to our bucket and snip some pieces too if we need to, you know, just to, there's some bits. Is that a bit? There's a bit. Oh, that's part of a big piece. Ooh, look. Found yet another flower. So I have 3 that will be pretty good, I think. Okay, so I don't want to use too much of that because I don't want to take away from those flowers. So we are, in fact, going to use some bits out of there, I think. Okay, let's get crazy here. Let's have a piece of this, just because it's so pretty. Yeah, let's put that under there. Putting the plain edge under. Okay, maybe this could go right here. Okay, can go there. How about just a bit of this? That kind of on the edge-ish. Like so. I'm kind of leaving this edge because it is super pretty and there's just no need to cover it when it's so pretty. Okay, I think I'll put this down along the edge as well. Like so. This little bit can go somewhere. Maybe right there. Kind of hanging over that brown a bit. Okay, what else do we have? Ooh, that's a fun bit. Didn't even see that earlier. Isn't that funny? Might want several pieces of that. You know what I'm going to do is cut it in half. I don't want it that wide. So I'll just cut it in half. And you might need more than one row of sewing down the middle. You might want, you might want a couple of rows just to make sure everything's tacked down like you want it. Let's just put this over here because why not? And yeah, I'm loving this pink. Okay. So you can keep adding to your heart's content, however much you want. You just add on and add on. I think I might I? Yep, I might. But I'm going to kind of do a quick job of this just so I can get on to show you the other ones. Okay, let's just give that a smidge of glue. Okay, and then I just have this little spot right here. What shall I put right there? I might put a little bit of this. Just right there. And then what we'll do is we'll let this dry and we'll start on another style of these, and then we'll come back to it and sew it because I don't want to get my sewing machine all goobered up. I'm just gonna clip a tiny bit right there because I need something right there. You could pin this if you don't want to glue it. That's the other option. Okay, I'm going to call that fine enough for now. And I'm going to put that little piece right there and this little piece right here, maybe. These being the more focal pointy sort of ones. And okay, and then this one, I'm going to look at it this way just because it's going to be, I hope I've been in camera all this time. Yeah, I guess I'm okay. Just kind of decide where you want these. And since I know I'm using this for a belly band, I know I think I would want it this way. I think I might like that about there. Okay. Let's put a bit of glue. Try not to get too much, but get it laid down anyway. And then once you do your sewing all the way around and down the middle, you can determine if it needs more, sewing. If you feel like you need to Now do another stripe of sewing or what? Okay, it's going to go right there. And this one goes down here. I was happy to find 3 of these. I'm just going to grab a wet one for my glue. So we should keep the glue happy. And then after you've sewn it and stuff is when you can go back in and add some buttons or, you know, appliques or whatever it is you want. Okay. So there we go with that. That is one like this. The other thing you can add if you want after you've sewn it is like a little bit of bling here and there. And that's fun too. So we'll see after we sew it. Okay. So that's that one. We're going to set it aside to dry a bit before we sew. All right, so let us then, here's my little piece of paper, or my little piece of paper. I have this piece of just cotton. It's about 8 inches. So, I mean, you could use this for a belly band if you wanted to. And then it's 12 inches wide. My thought with that is to make this one. This is the Nick the Booksmith method. And I need to think this through. Yep. And then we'd cut it that way. Okay. So with this one, you take your fabrics. I'm just going to grab a couple that I have. I have some scraps here too, but these are already in strips, so makes it super easy. Just these strips of fabric, and I'm just going to cut them about the width of the fabric, just about. And I also am going to tear this down the middle because it's wider than I want. So I might do kind of a wider half and a narrower half. So I'm going to put that here like so. This is a stringy proposition because of doing all the ripping, but that's okay. And then let's see, then I will maybe grab some of this fabric, tear it at about the width. A lot of strings happening here. Should have my fabric scissors out, shouldn't I? I'm gonna do it because my paper scissors, let's be honest, they don't cut worth beans. Whereas my fabric scissors are good. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one right in half, I think. Okay, I'm going to put that there. I'm overlapping it just a tiny bit. Just a bit. Okay, and then I am going to grab what? I want to grab a lace. Maybe I'll grab this lace. Okay, and I'm just going to cut it the same length. And if you want, you don't have to have the strips you could lay in like, you know, 3 different fabrics along the row, but the point is just to make a row. What other fabric could we use? How about, just for a little contrast, how about some black and white? Yeah, this one's a good width too. I can live with that width. That was really a shoddy cut. I'll just cut it instead of ripping it. And we'll put that there. Like that. And then maybe I'll put this one. And another piece of lace. What do I have? There's my bucket. I was like, where's my bucket? How about some of this? Is that wide? That's pretty wide. That will work. How about some of this? It's very dainty. But super pretty. Okay, and then how about maybe a little bit of, maybe a little of this. This is a good width too. And I am going to put those two together, and then I'm going to put the lace on top like that. And then this one. Okay, and then let's just do this one. Like that. I feel like I kind of want another bit of lace. Again, you can add stuff at any point in the process, so it's not like you've totally missed the boat if you don't get it on right away. Okay, I'm kind of looking too at, I've got this piece of blue. Do I want it anywhere? No, I don't. Okay. So now let's take a look here. I think it's all good. Okay, so now we are going to sew this. Oh my gosh, look at this strip. That'd be fun in there. I digress, but you know how it goes. This would be super fun in there too. I'm going to put that in there too. Maybe right there. Okay, so then we're going to sew it. Now, I think what works best is to just, you know, take your pieces off in the order that they are and start from the bottom and sew up. So let me move this and get my sewing machine kind of over here a little bit. Let's see, how are we? It's always not great, but sorry. Trying to give you a little more sight of it. Okay, so You can do a fancy stitch just for time's sake. I'm just going to do a straight stitch, and I am just going to go right on the bottom. I could actually just turn that and come down the other way. Okay, and then I am going to grab, let's see, was this one next, wasn't it? Did I have, I don't think I had lace in between. Okay, so I'm just going to slide that in, actually. And I'm going to continue down the side. And this I can go back to, but I just want to get the pieces on for now. So I'm going to stick that lace under there too. Actually, I might want a couple of stitches that way. Okay. Now I'm going to stitch that. Oh, got to put your foot down. Just doesn't work well without putting your foot down. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm trying to hurry so I can get all three in here. Okay, just because I'm there, I'm going to go ahead and turn that, come down, and tack the turquoise one down too. I hope that isn't making your eyes crazy. My table bounces when my table is just a folding table, and so when I get motoring, my table bounces all over the place. Okay, let's do the black. I think I'm going to put this on afterward, so I'm going to set it aside. And I want the black underneath the lace, so that's what I'm going to do first. And again, you could pin this. I'm just being lazy and just doing it, which works too. Okay, get that all the way down. All right, pull that up a little bit that way. Okay, and so we're gonna sew that down. Remember, this doesn't have to look perfect. And I actually think it looks better if it doesn't look perfect, but so then this. trying to hold my machine down while I sew. Okay. I'm just not even doing the double anymore. I thought I can always go back and sew that down more. See here, trying to decide which side is which there. Okay. You know what I think I'm going to do? I just had a thought. I'm going to put this one down next to it, put the lace on, and zigzag down the middle. Just do a little zigzag for a second. And then I can do it all in one stitch. See what I mean? Okay. Goodness sakes, I can't get my foot to stay where it's supposed to. Just trying to make sure I'm catching both pieces of fabric. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that actually looks kind of fun, I think. And then we just have this one to add to the end. Gonna straighten it out a little bit. Okay. So then I'm going to go back to straight stitch, stitch this one on, okay. So that would be the technique of sewing it together like that. Just stripes, right? Oh gosh, I'm running out of time. Okay, so, oh, I wanted to put that on there, didn't I? And I'm going to take the time because it'll just look cool. And the one of Rachel's won't take you but a minute to show you. Okay, so we are going to just sew this on right there. Yeah, that'll look cool. We'll just go like that. Make good use of that cute scrap. It occurred to me while I was eating lunch, it's been so long since I've sewn fabric that I'm kind of missing it. Okay, so that's the first bit, which, you know, is kind of cute. I mean, that could totally be a journal cover, right? It totally could be, and it took us 2 seconds to sew that up. Okay, so now, but for the snippet rolls, what we're going to do once we get some strings off of here, is I made this 12 inches long for a good reason, and that is I want to cut these at 2 inches and make a 2-inch snippet roll. So I am going to, this edge is not going to be particularly straight, but so that's at 16, so I am going to cut right here at 14. And what, actually, take 2 seconds. I'm going to grab a couple things here, guys, just a second, because I think it'll be a lot quicker and easier. So this is just a quilting thingamabobby. I'm not a quilter, so, but I think this will cut it a lot straighter, except I'm not very good at it. Oh wow, really? I don't know what I cut with that, but it's not happy. Huh. Okay, well, scrap that idea. But I might have it kind of there to help me cut. Oh, that is so crazy. My cutter's not working. Okay, well, good thing I don't use it very often. Okay, I'm just not going to be precise. How's that? It did make a dent, so that was helpful. I can follow the dent. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I don't know what I did to it. Probably abused it in some way. Okay, so now that's on 16, and we're gonna cut down 14. And like I say, I'm not being precise because I'm just eyeballing it. Okay, 16 to 14 again. And 16 to 14 again. And you know, you can make them as wide as you want, obviously. And the last one. Okay, and so now you have a choice. You can either leave them as they are, you know, great little belly bands. You can add some embellishments, some buttons, appliques, whatever. Or you could sew them together and make a big old long strip like that. So that's that little technique. And Nick the Booksmith is the one that I saw do it. I don't know if she invented it. I don't know. But that's that one. So this is the one that was done similarly. And so there is that one. Okay, I'm going to take a super quick minute and we're going to sew this one just because I want you to see how it goes. And I'm just going to start at the bottom and I'm going to do a straight stitch. And then I'm going to turn the corner and I'm going to do my best to catch what I can on this pass. Sometimes it needs some coaxing because of the thick pieces, but that's okay. We can do that. Okay. And then I just turn the corner and go back. turn the corner and we're going to go back down the other way. I promise if I sew my finger, I won't publish this video. Oh, I've never done it, but it could happen, I suppose. Okay. I'm going to stop there and I'm going to catch this brown piece here. I guess you can't really see, but... And I'm going to go to the middle. Okay, and now I'm going to take a little gander down the middle. So I'm going right down the middle of the flowers. Okay. So now what I would do is you could do more sewing on some of these bits that are sticking up. I do like some sticking up, but I don't want more sewing. I don't want you to see more sewing thread. So I would just go back and tack those with Fabri-Tac just to make sure they're down. Now, these are glued pretty well with the art glitter glue, but if you want a little extra reinforcement, you can do that. And then, you know, some cute buttons here and there, and you've got yourself a little snippet. Okay, last kind is this one that Rachel did, and as you can see, it is snippets of fabric, and I have some of those. I have a few of those. And, you know, as you can see here, like this is a thicker piece, this is a thinner piece onto a thicker piece. It doesn't matter. But you're just going to sew down the sides and down the middle. And that's all you have to do. So you just kind of lay out what you want. Ooh, that's pretty. And I'm going to take a little bit off of there. This will make an awesome tag topper once I cut off all the threads. So I have a little drawer that I keep those little bits in that are good tag toppers. So that one. And here, how about a little bit of this one? And you just kind of keep going like that. And then maybe another, this is a skinnier piece, but a piece of the red could go on there. But I'll just start sewing it so that you can kind of see this little technique. Okay, so all I'm going to do is start to sew and add the pieces as I go. So I'm going to just get about halfway down that piece, and then I'm going to lay this piece on top of it so it overlaps. Get about halfway down that one. Add this little pink piece. Add the blue piece, and you can just go, you can go forever, right? And then our red piece. And then I'm just going to go down to the bottom. I'm gonna flip it around. And you'll notice I put no base on this. This is just gonna be the fabric that it is, and I'm just gonna go all the way down this side. Got a little, oh, I ran out of bobbin, that's what. But guess what? I did a bobbin before filming because I knew that that was gonna happen. So we just need to change her out. And we'll be good to go again. Where's my scissors? I always put them as far away from myself as possible. I just am weird like that. Oh goodness. Okay, so that's okay. We can carry on. I am going to get rid of that thread, but we'll just go back and start sewing again. This is a perfect project to practice your sewing. If you're not one that has done a lot of sewing, it's good practice. And then I'm going to turn again, go to the middle, and we're just going to buzz right down the middle. And boom, we're done. So that is a super quick one. That one. Let's see how we doing. Yeah, we got about 7 minutes. So there's that one. And it's fun to clip little pieces off. You can run these down the side of a page like that. Would be super cute. Even cuter if you get more fabrics into it. You can clip them off and make clusters with them. Whatever grabs you is what you can do with those. Okay, well, we do have a few more minutes, so I think we might just take a couple of these and think about what we would do with them. This is a good bag of buttons. But yeah, you could just put a few little buttons on there, and actually that will help hold that down if I put a button there. And so I think I might sew a button there and a button there, and I would like one more. Oh, isn't that clear one so cute? I actually think I'd like one up there, but I think I need color to it. Yeah, I think I might do that with buttons on that one. And let's see. This one, I mean, like, you could put a button there. This also is super cute, like down the side of a page. Even hanging off a little if you wanted. Or it could be a little tuck. You could cut it. It could be a tuck. You could, again, cut it, like maybe cut it right there and have it be like just a little embellishment on a page. Lots of things you can do with these. They're just really fun. And, you know, you could, on a side of a pocket, you could pop one of these. So there's lots of fun things to do with them. And personally, I would probably wait to embellish this till I was using it in a book and see what I wanted to do. Again, you can add some bling is fun. Like, wouldn't that be cute to have a row of the black Deity bones on there? Yeah. Pearls, another thing you could do is put some pearls on there. So yeah, they're just good bases to have around. And so I hope that you enjoyed this, and that having the various types of snippets in one place was helpful. I was hoping so. So have a great weekend, everybody. Have a grateful day, and we will just see you in the next video. Bye.